We are streaming. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. We do not have any bumper music tonight because somebody decided to take the night off. Not gonna name any names, but it starts with a B and ends with a Brandon Cooper. But anyways, um, we're still here regardless, despite all of our setbacks, all the obstacles.
We will persevere.
We will persevere. We will make it through. Uh, it's me, KD
We're like Honey
Stafford,
Badger.
and
We're like Honey
yes,
Badger. We don't give a fuck.
Honey Badger don't give a shit. Um, so
Can
I'm
we talk
KD
about Honey
Stafford.
Badger a little bit this time? We need to talk about
Sure,
Honey Badger a little bit.
we can talk about honey badgers too. This is Austin Maynard, as you can see here. My co-host Tim Lovejoy joining the live. So me and Austin have been kicking her. Okay, first of all, since I'm doing introductions, like I said, I'm Katie Stafford. That's Austin Maynard, and here is my son Logan Stafford. He wanted to get he wanted a shout out. So here's the shout. Say hello.
Hello.
There we go. Okay.
What's up, Logan?
Good job, Logan.
Sorry.
He wanted to hang out with me while we're doing the live stream. What's up, Katie and Tim? So here's Logan. All right, and so I had several good ideas of what we could talk about tonight. Obviously, Austin did too. The honey badger. We can get into that later. There's supernatural tenacity.
The Honey Badger needs its respects. We got to pay the respects to the Honey Badger.
Well,
That's our
yeah,
that
man. I
should
mean,
be our
speaking of,
mascot.
okay, we can start this out talking about honey badgers if you want to.
He should be our mascot. Is a fucking Honey Badger.
Should have a honey badger. You got to turn that down, Logan. I'm hearing myself talk in the background. It's killing me. So yeah, honey badgers. So speaking of honey badgers, man, I was so it's not a honey badger per se, but it's a mongoose, right? You know what a mongoose is.
Yeah,
Same family, right? It's okay. So I'm pretty
it's
sure.
King Cobra's worst nightmare.
Yes, that's what I was gonna say. Have you watched videos of a freaking king cobra, like when they set not a honey badger, but a mongoose out with a king cobra? Bro,
Mm.
that's so crazy. You know what? I'm gonna just make me want to watch
You
a
gotta
video.
pull up videos. We gotta pull up some videos.
Gotta pull up some
And
receipts.
we will get to the other stuff in a few minutes, folks.
Yeah, we'll get to
But
the other stuff. We're gonna have some fun first, and we're gonna talk about honey badgers, or
there's a reason.
badger. It's a
There's a
badger
reason.
family. Just a
There's a
badger.
reason. But there is a reason that we're bringing this up. There's a thing between KD and I. It's like you got to understand.
Honey badger don't give a shit.
This is our mindset half the time. I'd say
Yes.
maybe like 90% of the time.
Honey badger don't care, man. Honey badger gonna keep going. All right, so first we'll look at a honey badger video. And anybody who hasn't looked this up, like first off, how have you not looked up honey? How have you not heard about honey badgers? I don't know.
Honey badger, man.
Wait, okay, so we got a 3-minute 20-second video here. Oh, this is my favorite one too. This is a good one. Yeah, I am. I'm gonna blow it up.
Is it the gay dude?
Yeah, it's hilarious.
That's my favorite. Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
All right. Hey, Lauren, what's up, man? Russell, how y'all doing? We're just we're talking about honey badgers. Honey badgers. We got the best honey badgers. We got the most angry honey badgers. Ask anybody, they'll tell you.
Pull it up like the way you did with the other with your YouTube.
Right. Yeah, I was testing it. Okay,
Yep.
so this one. Yes. Share. Okay, here we go. It's the honey badger, y'all. Can y'all hear that?
It's pretty badass. Look, it runs all over the Whoa, watch out, see that bird. It's got a snake. Oh, it's chasing a jackal. Oh my gosh. Oh, the honey badgers are just crazy. The honey badger has been referred to by the Guinness Book of World Records as the most fearless animal in all of the animal kingdom. It really doesn't give a shit. If it's hungry, it's hungry. Ew, what's that in its mouth? Oh, it's got a cobra. Oh, it runs backwards. Now watch this. Look, a snake's up in the tree. Honey badger don't care. Honey badger don't give a shit. It just takes what it wants. Whenever it's hungry, it just ew, and it eats snakes. Oh my God, watch it dig. Look at that digging. The honey badger is really pretty badass. They have no regard for any other animal whatsoever.
Oh, what's up,
Look,
Cam?
it's just grunting
Begun to
and,
toe.
ew, eating snakes. Ew, what's that, a mouse? Oh, that's nasty. Oh, they're so nasty. Oh, look, it's chasing things and eating them. The honey badgers have a fairly long body, but a distinctly thick set, broad shoulders, and their skin is loose, allowing them
Their
to move
skin
about
is loose.
freely.
What the hell?
They twist around. Now look, here's a house full of bees. You think the honey badger cares? It doesn't give a shit.
He don't give a
It goes
shit.
right into the house of bees to get some larvae. How disgusting is that? It eats larvae. Ew, that's
Larvae.
so nasty. But look, the honey badger doesn't care. It's getting stung like 1,000 times. It doesn't give a shit. It's hungry. It doesn't care about being stung by bees. Nothing can stop the honey badger when it's hungry. Oh, what a crazy fuck. Look. Ew, it's eating larvae. That's disgusting. There it is, running in slow motion again. See? Now, what's interesting is that other animals like these birds here, they just like to wait around until the honey badger's done eating, and then it swoops in to pick up the scraps. It says, you do all the work for us, honey badger, and we'll just eat whatever you find. How's that? What do you say, stupid? Look at this bird. Thanks for the treat, stupid. Hey, come back here, says the honey badger.
Face, man.
Birds don't care. And you know what? The jackals do it too. Look at these little dogs. They're like, thanks, stupid. Thanks for the mouse. See you later. The honey badger does all the work while these other animals just pick up the scraps. At nighttime, the honey badger goes hunting because it's hungry. Look, here comes a fierce battle between a king cobra and a honey badger.
This is what I've been waiting for.
Look at this. There's the honey badger just eating a mouse. And then look, get away from me, says the snake. Get away from me. Honey badger don't care. Honey badger smacks the shit out of it. The snake comes back and it lashes right at the honey badger. Oh, little does the honey badger know, FYI, it's been stung. It's been bitten by the snake. So while it's eating the snake, ew, that's disgusting. Meanwhile, the poisonous venom is seeping through the honey badger's body, and it passes out. Look at that sleepy fuck.
Crazy.
Now, the honey badger is just going to pass out for a few minutes, and then it's going to get right back up and start eating all over again because it's a hungry little bastard. Look at this.
Hungry little
like
bastard.
Nothing happened. The honey badger gets right back up and continues eating the cobra. How disgusting.
Jesus Christ.
And of course, what does the honey badger have to eat for the next 3 weeks? Cobra. The honey badger.
Okay.
That's one of my favorites, man.
Oh my God, dude. That's ridiculous. Okay. So that's the honey badger.
Epic. He's our mascot.
Anyways. Becky, we don't know yet. We're trying to figure it out. What we don't even know what we popped into. Like, we popped in here and Austin says, "Hey, we want to talk about honey badgers tonight."
Yeah, this is the format of our show. We don't care.
Now.
We're just
this
is just what it is.
Randomly. Rick Wade.
Whatever comes to mind.
What's up, Rick Wade? I would ask you if you're related to oh God, what's the Wade?
What are you talking about?
I had a complete brain fart. Deadpool's name's Wade.
Wade Wilson.
Is it Wade Wilson? Yeah, but that's his first name and not his last name. Anyways, that's a dumb joke. Julie Couch, hello. All right, so paranormal stuff. What we were going to talk about tonight is EMF and why do we... Okay, I'm going to have a good title for this video. EMF, why do we give a shit? There you go, right? Why do we care? Why is ghost hunters? Why do we care about EMF?
Sure.
So, feel free to leave your comments in the chat here. What do you think? Why do you look for EMF? Why do you think that's indicative of a ghost popping in? So just let us know what y'all think, and we're gonna talk about it. So did Logan leave? Yeah, he left. Okay, good. I could smoke. Can't smoke when he's in here. You only use the audio recorder, and I've heard there are a lot of people that do that, and I understand that. I understand that. It takes a level. You have to.
You have to
have a
you
reason.
can't be content with, like, that's the thing. The way like where we're at is just we're just not content with it. And a lot of people are. They have their own belief and their own understanding of what the spiritual world is, and that's 100% okay.
Yeah, yeah.
But
Some
we
people
just
are,
wanted,
yeah.
we just like to explore a little further, and there's nothing wrong with either one, right?
Right. Some people, yeah, they that's what they like to use, and that's what they use, and that's beneficial. That's kind of what I was saying before, is that, like ITC people, a lot of ITC people, and if you just use an audio recorder, guess what, bud? Rick Wade, my friend, you are an ITC researcher. How about that?
I don't know if I'd say researcher, but user.
We're all researchers. If you do research, even if it's on the weekend, it doesn't matter. You're doing your own research.
But
You
is
are
there
a
actually
researcher.
research?
Don't you try to
being
tell
done?
Katie that. Don't you tell Katie that. Yes,
Katie is
research.
actually doing research, though.
Well,
Like,
I
she's
mean,
researching not just the
well, you
paranormal,
don't
but
know
the
he's
history
not
of
doing.
this.
You don't know he's not.
That is true.
So
I don't.
who are you
That is
to
true.
say that
I
Rick
guess that
Wade
is true.
isn't a researcher? Rick Wade might be the
He may
best
be.
researcher.
I don't know Rick Wade necessarily. I don't know which one. I feel like there's a bunch of them. But and no offense to Rick Wade or no offense to anybody else, but I feel like the terms are just no longer
It's all right,
they don't
Rick. I
have
got your
meaning
back,
anymore,
bro. I ain't
man.
just gonna let him sit here and dog on you
Oh,
like
I'm
that.
not. I wouldn't talk about anybody individually. It's more or less a mass group of people.
I wouldn't talk about anybody to their face either. I'm just kidding.
No, I would if I had
No, I
something to say. I
know.
would.
I would. Yeah. I'm very. Some people say I'm confrontational. I'm not confrontational.
No, not really.
No,
I mean,
no.
you are somebody who wants to get the problem solved, though, whatever the issue is, but that's reasonable. That's reasonable. That's not out of line.
Rick says he
Like, if
hears.
there's an issue, you bring it to the forefront, right?
So this is interesting what Rick says. I hear spirits in real time. The audio captures what I hear.
Mhm.
So, are you saying that you can hear whatever causes the EVPs on your recorder? Is that because like, okay, so when I read that, like, it's like you don't hear them out loud. Obviously, you said you're a seer before, so I take it that you have some sort of psychic ability. So you're hearing them, like, with your ability, and that kind of lines up with your audio recorder. Is that what I'm getting out of that? Hello, Dreaming Glancy.
See, I'm interested to see, like, because I want to know if somebody could actually, like, for instance, like, say we're doing an EVP session and there's somebody that can hear
I'll
them
make sure I
live,
was on the page, Rick.
and then they could and then while they could hear them live before they speak it into, or like as they're speaking it into the EVP recorder, the person, the psychic, can actually say what they spoke into the recorder after, and you could differentiate between the two voices. Obviously, like, I want to see some stuff happen, like, on command, like we called it, like he knew exactly what they were gonna say or what they were saying visually, audibly.
Well, that's a really good ability that Rick says
That
he
would be
has,
impressive.
is to be able to hear the EVPs, like, with his own ears. Because that kind of lines you up with electronic devices. You know what I'm saying? So that means,
Well, and if we're talking about evidence and we're talking about research, like, that's a real subject to look into.
Okay, so
Especially because it's validating on a number of levels to not just himself, but like to others who can also have, that also have the same abilities. But like I mean, and I'm not discounting anybody, but like we definitely need to like document. Like, if this is happening, like, you need to capture it, and it's not just for like the ghost hunting purposes or whatever, is because there are, like, that's evidence that's implicating something, and the more and more pieces, like the more and more data that we have of these specific instances happening, then our argument gets a little better. But you see what I'm saying? Like towards a
Yeah, I
specific
see.
things.
Yeah, it's all evidence.
But like some of the evidence that we call evidence anymore,
Well, that's a relative
is
term. Evidence is a
yeah,
relative term. I'm
exactly.
talking about evidence is like in the like that you would use in a scientific method type
Right. And
setting.
that is minimal at
Well, of
best
course. I think
right now.
supernatural activity is sporadic
Well,
enough where you couldn't nail it down anyway. You're not gonna be able to go to a place and witness an apparition or go hello, everybody, by the way, Tammy and Bum Bluff Paranormal. So I don't think
well, what
I
about what they're
I could
doing
be
over at
wrong, I could be
Skinwalker
wrong, but
though?
there's okay, even Skinwalker Ranch, bro, if it was
That's science. That's real
if it was
scientific up
yeah, but it's
there.
still yeah, it's they're
But
using a
nobody has
scientific
those kinds of resources though. That's true. Like no most people don't have the ability to shut down a location and study it and
who do?
scientifically with all this money. Like
Oh, yeah,
well,
there's a lot of
Brandon
money that goes
Fugel.
into that.
I
And
mean,
well, not
Brandon
only
Fugel
money,
goes
decades of research has been done at this place.
exactly. And so like, but to be able to shut off a location to the outside world and do that, I mean, you got to have money, and you got like that, and that's so difficult. And most of the paranormal community is not interested in putting that much money down into a project like that. I feel like, mainly because I don't know. You know what I mean? That's my question. Is like, are we willing to like really put our money where our mouth is, like for the advancement to like really find out things? We should, if we're talking about crowdfunding, like that's something that would have a good reason for a crowdfund, right?
Yeah, but I mean, I could see how, dude, like, you know how many people would be after you if you started to try to do a crowdfund like that, try to crowdfund something.
Well, I mean, I'm not
Because
saying that's how you
historically,
should do it,
no, no,
but
no,
like
I
I'm
know what
saying,
you're
like
saying.
that's what it should be.
What
That's
is
how it should. But
well, yeah, but that's not even how
yeah,
it's done now. Like,
I know it's,
even at
but that's what I'm
Skinwalker
saying. It
Ranch, you
should be
have
like
like
that.
mega wealthy individuals or
Hmm.
companies
Yeah.
that will purchase the place or that have historically purchased the place. I don't know who owns it now. Last time I checked, it was like it tracked back to a entertainment company, and I don't
Is
know.
Skinwalker?
Yeah, the
Is Brandon
property.
Fugel?
Oh,
Brandon
he owns
Fugel.
it
He was
now.
the
He
yeah.
owns
He
it.
was the
Okay.
yeah.
So,
He owned
well, I don't know if he's like got it under an entertainment company's name or something like
it.
that. It
But
probably is
yeah, Fugel,
because they
like
do a
some
lot of
kind of
filming and
enterprises
stuff
or
out there.
something.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
do a lot of filming, a lot of TV shows, so that makes sense, and that's where I was going with that. It's
I think
probably
he was like the co-founder of PayPal or something, wasn't he?
oh, was he?
I
Oh,
think like
I
that's
think
how he got a lot of his
Elon
money.
Musk made PayPal.
Well, there were like multiple people that were like same thing with Apple, and like it wasn't
Yeah,
ever just one
sure,
guy, right? Like there
sure,
were multiple.
sure,
But
yeah. He had something
I
to do
know
with it.
Brandon Fugel was in that mix with PayPal, so like and he sold his share, or he sold out, like sold
Gotcha.
the stock out, and so now he has a shit ton of money. But he's
Well,
also
I'm
done
sure he's
other
got
shit.
a lot of money. Yeah, he probably lost out, but it is what it is, If you got money, who cares, right?
Well, yeah,
You got
he's
fuck you
invested
money,
it
it doesn't
right,
matter.
and he's invested it right, and so it
Yeah.
made him even
You got
more
fuck you
rich,
money,
right?
so what do? You buy the
Right,
Skinwalker
exactly.
Ranch.
Right,
That's what I
right,
would do if I had fuck you money,
right.
you
But
know?
like, I mean, how difficult do you think that it would be for somebody to shut down a location and set up scientific instruments like on covering every inch of that location,
Well, it probably
and
costs
you shut it down for like a year with
difficult,
no?
probably not that difficult. Costly, so freaking costly.
Mhm.
There are people out there that go around, they set up scientific equipment, like, for jobs, and so it's not difficult to find somebody to do things, probably I don't know, hell, it might be nowadays. Usually, universities are willing to help. There's people at universities and stuff that are willing to help. You can, you know, like, well,
I
I
mean, I
think
guess that's where my question was.
now there's
Yeah.
companies that can do it, but, like, they'll come out and do your ground penetrating radar, your GPR for you if you wanna use that for something or whatever, or
Well, actually,
but
You know Kenny Biddle?
Mm-mm.
No, he's
No.
like he's a YouTuber that he worked for the Skeptical Inquirer or whatever. So like he's the one
I
that's like
know who I think
he's
this.
the debunker type dude.
Okay, I think I know who you're
He calls
talking about.
bullshit on all
Yes,
on a bunch of
yeah, yeah, yeah,
equipment and
yeah.
stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, no,
So
I think I watched that guy. I think I like him. Some of what
I
he
I
does.
like I like
He's very
I like what he does. I don't necessarily know if I appreciate the way he does it,
I
but
think
I
everybody.
do like what he's doing. His job is necessary,
Well, here's the
100%.
thing. Sure, yeah, you have to have skeptics, and
Well, you have to have people question putting those
sure
challenges
you
out
do,
because
yeah,
how are we
'cause
going to
there are
get
people out
better?
there that will rip people off. They'll, you have a lot of
Well, he's
people out.
very educated on a lot of the theories too, and there's a reason like
Oh
he's
yeah,
so
no,
skeptical about it all.
yeah, of course. Well, I mean, there's all okay. So like, if you go back through like the even the spiritual movement in like the mid 1800s, there's a lot of frauds coming out of that, and historically, the
What do they call it?
the field
Charlatans.
charlatans, sure,
Charlatans.
that's a fancy like dramatic way to put it, but yeah,
Well,
they're
that's what they used to
frauds
call them
out
back
there.
in the day. They're
Oh yeah,
charlatans.
well, charlatans. I think I don't know about a charlatan is somebody who obviously fakes what they're doing,
It's a con
but
man,
kind of
essentially.
yeah, it's a con man, but also a charlatan, from my understanding, is somebody who betrays everything else that's done in the name of what they're doing for money or whatever, right? Like, so you're not just a fraud, like
You're a
you actually,
disgrace to the
yeah,
field.
you've kind of, yeah, you're shining a bad light on it all, is kind of like, you know what I mean? So there's a
Yeah.
difference in it, just, starting out as a fraud. Like, I started stupid YouTube. Like, let's say I'd never done any kind of ghost hunting or anything before, and I go and I see it on TV, and I'm like, oh, I'm gonna get a ghost box, and I'm gonna go
Go see what happens.
walk through
Right.
cemeteries at night, and I'm gonna sneak audio recordings of things into that. That's a charlatan. Oh no, that's a fraud, right? But a charlatan would be somebody who everybody kind of respected in the field. In my opinion,
I don't know. Somebody should look that up in the comments. Somebody's just
sure,
watching.
look it
Somebody
up.
should
I'm sure it boils
look it
down to
up.
just fraud or fake or whatever. But
It's definitely something to do with like a con man, somebody who's like faking
charlatan,
shit, like
yeah,
knowingly,
it's definitely a fake, like 100%.
an intentional fake though, not just like a
Let's see
like
here.
you misunderstood or whatever. But
I don't even know how to spell it. Oh, here we go.
I don't know either.
I found it.
I've never written that word
I've
down
never
ever.
written the word either. Let's see. Share screen. It's gonna take me a second here. Okay, so charlatan is a person practicing quackery or a similar confidence trick in order to obtain money, power, fame, or other advantages through pretense or deception. So it's basically just a fraud.
Yeah.
The partner with partner who tricks sinners. Okay, but also you have to look at, there's a difference in a fraud and a charlatan still, because this person right here is operating on a belief that the people have that they're working with, right? So it's like religious things and stuff mostly, so that makes sense.
All
So
right.
that's
So
kind of where I was
let me
going.
ask you this then: if we're getting technical about it, what's the difference between an investigator, a researcher, and a ghost hunter?
That's all relative stuff, though. Like Ghost Hunter's not even like I mean, hell, it might be. You know what? I'm gonna sit here and say it's not even like a thing, but let's see. Let's look at the
The
old
weekend warriors
Wiki.
that just have a few
Ah,
pieces. They go out with their friends on the weekends. Nothing
that
wrong
was
with that, of course,
that was
but
Wikipedia too, by the way, and you have to take Wikipedia with a grain of salt a lot of
I'm
times.
pretty sure it was like what it wasn't it for like a long time, just one dude that was doing it.
Well, yeah, that's why it's like I
That's
don't know if it's
amazing
still
though.
crowdsourced, but I think it's still
That's
like
amazing though.
crowdsourced, but like you can go in and edit it.
Yeah, but doesn't it like have to be approved and shit? It's not as easy as just
I
like,
think
oh, you can
so.
just change it.
I don't know. I've never actually made a change or added anything to a. So
I think you should try that sometime.
what were you want me to? Okay, Ghost. Yes. I'm searching Ghost Hunter.
Sorry.
Okay, a ghost hunter is a person who engages in ghost hunting. There you go. The process of investigating locations that are allegedly haunted. So there you go.
So
Like we're all
investigating.
so like okay. So here's the thing: you could be a ghost hunter,
Mhm.
but a ghost hunter can be a researcher. So is that the thing, right? So let's
Well, I think investigators and researchers ghost hunt.
paranormal researcher. How about that?
I think a ghost hunt is just going out on site. Like anybody can ghost hunt. Everybody ghost hunts.
Okay, so when
There's
you
nothing
look
wrong
at
with ghost
paranormal
hunting.
research, you're not really gonna find like maybe you will somewhere, but like what I'm saying here is like it pulls up paranormal research, right? And it brings up people who like Charles Fort,
Hmm.
who is a famous paranormal researcher. But then anybody like even so anybody who looks into anything that could be paranormal would be technically a paranormal researcher. So you could even lump in like UFO investigators with that if you wanted to. You know what I'm saying? It's paranormal activity. So because
Yeah.
you don't know what it is, if you think it's an alien, that's a different thing, I guess, right? But like UFOs, it's like you call them UFOs for a reason because you don't know what it is. A lot of people think
It's
UFOs
UAPs
are
now.
demons. So a lot of people think they're demons. They might be demons.
Yeah.
Could be. Hey,
I think it is
uh,
important to distinguish
Eric
it
Tracy,
between certain things
Shy.
because like we don't want
Shy.
to obviously take away from people that do a lot of deep research versus the ones that you know what I mean. Like there's levels to research, I guess, and there's levels to investigating because like when I think investigator, like you're going into a private home to help somebody out, you're investigating the problem. Like you're not just
I
going in to
mean,
go something, which
I
is
don't
like,
think there's
you know
I
what I
think you
mean?
can call yourself whatever you want, and as far as that goes, I don't think
Right,
you can nail that down. Those are
right.
just
I
kind
get
of
that.
terms that we've kind of put on ourselves. Whatever you prefer to
Yeah,
call
it's true.
yourself, that's kind of like a personal, like,
Well,
well, I prefer like, oh, you're the ghost hunter. Oh well, I
so
prefer ITC researcher.
to get back on
Oh,
track though,
excuse the fuck out of me.
we're all ghost hunters.
I didn't know you were so fucking sensitive about it.
Well, okay, back to the topic at hand. One of the things that I learned from Kenny Biddle and his panel of people, which was really informative actually, like he actually said that there was like an organization at some university that actually does give out grants for paranormal and psychic research and shit.
Yes,
But like
there
you
are.
actually have to give them a like you have to apply for it and all this stuff. Like it's a crazy process,
I
but
think California. I want to say it was.
I don't. It might be. I
Uh,
have the link. I can't remember what it is offhand, but I know that there are places that do fund that kind of shit. But EMF, anyways,
are we going back to EMF now?
I guess.
Okay, some of the
I don't know.
research. Okay, so uh, careers in parapsychology, psychical research. Oh,
Mhm.
I think these are well,
Links to
yeah, these are
colleges.
links to like colleges. I don't know, like
Right.
uh, okay, so here's one right here.
I don't know where
I
it's
don't know
out
if
of.
you're gonna subscribe to your newsletter. I'll share this here and we'll just read it. Um, this is 5 real paranormal studies conducted by U.S. universities. Okay,
5 of them
5 of them, but the top 5, I'm sure. Get out
by
of here.
U.S. universities. I
uh,
guarantee there's at least 2 or 3 on there that were done by the CIA.
so what do we have here? Well, CIA ain't a university.
I know,
Oh,
that's
you
what I'm
mean
saying.
topics that were also?
Well, right here, even in that fucking main picture is the men who stare at
I
ghosts.
know, no, that's
That's the
George
fucking
Clooney.
Stargate project. like
Goat
that's
20,
not.
bro.
Yeah, I know. From the Men Who Stare at Goats, like that's about the
Yes.
the Stargate
Yes,
project,
it is. And then they
and
made
like
an
that's
actual
not
Stargate
done.
movie.
That wasn't conducted at a university. That was conducted out in the fucking
No,
at
but
a
I think that's just a picture of it.
military base.
You know what I mean? He's
I
staring at
know.
that goat too. It's got him just
Yeah.
look how hard he's staring at that goat.
They did it with canaries too, though.
He's like, pass out, pass out, pass out, pass out in his head.
Yeah. Yeah, you can't flinch, you can't move a muscle, man.
That's those
I used to know one of
fainting goats, right? They're Tennessee fainting goats.
yes, and the whole idea because it's their adrenaline that makes them when their adrenaline flows through the muscles, it makes the muscles seize up, and so they
Right.
fall over for a brief
Yes,
period of time.
dude, and
But
it's hilarious.
you have to try to do it. Oh, I know they're fucking hilarious when they fall.
You know what? Oh
You
god.
gotta watch a video.
Oh,
You got, but while you're doing that,
yeah.
it's crazy because what the whole object of staring at goats was to make these goats faint or get excited without moving a muscle. Like you just have to telepathically, sitting from a chair 10 feet away or something. Like you have to telepathically make that goat's adrenaline hype up. And it's not it's easy to do it if you have like sudden movements and startle, like that kind of thing will make it happen. But just sitting 10 feet from a goat and just staring at it, like that's the real test, right? So they also did it with canaries too, but canaries were also used like in the mines too. So like they knew canaries are able to, you know what I mean?
Keep talking.
So like but see, like they had to be excited to do that. Like they're fine. Oh, nope.
Nope, not fun. Not fun. Not fun.
But they're fine after like
Yeah.
10 seconds. It's crazy.
Okay, now I'm
It's like
fine. God, don't do that again.
You dick.
There he goes. Poor goats.
It's so funny, but yeah, but that's like the whole idea. And it was essentially all about remote viewing, and also like telepath, like being able to like remotely affect someone. So there were like multiple aspects of the study, but like the big one was the remote infiltration of enemy places, finding where people are hiding, stuff like that.
Dude, this might sound cruel. Okay. This is not cruel, by the way. It's for anybody who thinks this is not cool or whatever. Like
it's a natural mechanism. It's a body function.
There's like farms. They have farms full of these fainting goats, and it
doesn't harm them. That's just a natural mechanism that they have to.
You can go
like the defense mechanism. It's to play dead.
Out. Can you imagine?
They're basically playing dead.
You wouldn't be able to get anything done, man. Like you're doing something, especially if everybody knows, and they come by and they're like, ah, and you're like, oh, God dang it, Austin, I was working on a ghost box, bro. You know, like, and then just like,
for the next 10
like,
seconds,
man, you bastard, why'd you do that? You go back to doing your thing, and then your wife comes by, she's like, ah, you're like, oh God, and everybody just keeps doing it to you because it's hilarious.
Only if you startle easy. That's the thing. Startling is one thing. Like if you get startled, then like that's different than being startled.
People didn't like the goats thing, man.
No, they didn't.
Like half the people left. I'm sorry if we offended anybody with our goats.
Well, we're probably just not talking about ghost hunting or paranormal.
Yeah, we're moving over into.
But the Stargate project was involving these goats, and so like I knew a psychic soldier, Kevin Baird, and he told me a whole bunch of these stories and things that things that he used to go through. And it's crazy because they were hyper paranoid about the whole thing, you know. So like one of the things he actually got discharged is, at least this is what he told me. He got discharged.
You know, I'm just so, and you know, I know I shouldn't be
skeptical.
I shouldn't believe everybody's stories, but
no,
man,
I get it.
That stuff is like, I'm so skeptical of that. You know,
you're right, and there's nothing, and I don't blame you. I would be skeptical too. But without talking to it, and he showed me photos. Like I'm not skeptical that he was in the program. like I'm skeptical as to why he was discharged. Because his reasoning for being discharged was like he just got honorably discharged and there was just supposed to be no more mention, because apparently he was telling his superior officers information that was classified on specific computers, and they thought he was hacking into the system.
Okay. And
So they were like, really,
that sounds like believe that there's that that like gotcha thing, like where it sounds like, oh, it's like, oh, that they thought he was hacking in, bro, and that's why. So,
well,
but like,
so see, that's where I'm wondering, like maybe he actually did, and like he accessed information he wasn't supposed to, or whatever. Maybe that's why. But like, I don't know that he passed away,
but if
unfortunately.
I
But
were
like,
okay, I'm sorry. Okay, I'm just gonna say this:
okay,
if it were me, and okay, let's say I was fired from a job, right?
Mhm.
And I knew, like, I had this other story thing that I was doing, and it was kind of tied together. Wouldn't you try to, like, if there was no way anybody would find out, would you try to, like, embellish the reason why you got out, kind of to go along with your story? You know what I mean? It
That is.
seems like
And
very
that's why, no, I
like
don't disagree with you at all. And that's kind
so
of why, like, I'm
here's what
skeptical
I
about
like to
it too.
say
But
is I would like to see receipts, like, there's nothing
yep,
okay, there's nothing that
that's
I
hard
do.
though. That's hard though.
No, true, I got that, and, that's why I don't ask people to believe me when I'm not, "Believe me, I heard a ghost."
Right.
It's not like that, right?
Mhm.
Like, I'm just telling
Right.
you what I do and what I hear or what I experience, and it's up to you to believe it or not. I'm not
Right.
and then if I'm faking stuff, obviously that's on my conscience that I'm faking stuff or whatever, you know what I mean? But, yeah, I don't know, man. I just find it's like, I don't doubt that the project existed, right? Project Stargate definitely existed, but, like, what how I don't think it was that successful. I think if it were, then they would have went on further with it. They would have put more money into it because it's
How do
not
you know
like,
that they haven't?
okay, and that's a possibility, but then you're operating on more on like then you're like really jumping to conclusions at that point. The logical series of events here that would have happened is they put all this money into it, and all the people that were involved in it were kind of kicked out of it, and then they just kind of shut it down because they weren't getting the results. And that's actually like what the reports say and everything. I know reports are one thing, government, I got all that, the freaking government lies. I know, trust me, I
I
agree.
would say that they're probably still involved in some kind of ESP, telepathy, or
Sure, but
psychic research
okay,
of
so
some
one
form.
reason why they
Of
got
some form.
into it is because you can stop me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure they heard the Russians were doing it,
And probably the Nazis.
and then so we started doing it, like. But one of the stories that another story that I've heard is that it was a Russian ploy to get the US to waste a bunch of money on, like, whatever projects the hell they could, And that's kinda what the
That's a
US
fair
did
assessment too.
to Russia with the, but it was nuclear weapons. It was obviously something that was much more tangible, you know? But who knows, right? Like,
I mean, yeah.
how did okay, so the government comes along and they have, like, one guy who's able to do this thing, and so they just dump a bunch of money into it, and then even the guy who, like, started it's not really wasn't involved with it anymore after that. Wouldn't you it would seem to me like you would wanna keep your core people who created the whole damn thing in the first place. They would have to be and remain involved because they built it. the government didn't like figure out, unless they
So
did. I don't know, but like
part of what I have heard from a number of like former agents, former people involved, and like people involved in the aerospace programs and
were
all that
they
stuff.
agents
No, they were high-ranking officers in the aerospace programs and different things like that.
in the Air
But
Force?
in the aerospace program,
Okay,
that's beyond. That's not military. That's like the government's like
side
separate. Like
deal,
that's a side. It's a side deal. Yeah.
and it's called the
But
Aerospace Program.
it's something like it's something to do with like the CIA or the FBI.
Oh, look at
Not
that.
the FBI, but the CIA or
Tim
some.
just posted something right here in the chat. It's CIA.
Yep.
Can I? I can't. Well, hold on. I'm trying to copy
But
the. Oh,
like I mean, yeah, you got all the linked documents. But what I've heard is that, especially among when you're talking about, extraterrestrial or those kind of operations, like there's only a handful of people that really know what the project is. Everything else is separated into pieces, and people only know what they're working on, but they don't know what the big scale of things is.
Okay, so let's.
So people stay in the dark about what they're actually working on.
Compartmentalization is how they do it. They take people like at Area 51.
Right, that's what
supposedly,
I'm saying.
everything's so compartmentalized to where, like Bob Lazar, I think if there's a person who is a believable, in my opinion, like when I go to start believing these people who come out and say these fantastic things, Bob Lazar is at the top of my list for most believable. I like.
Oh, I know.
I think that guy's like super freaking smart. Yeah, he built like a particle accelerator in his backyard, man.
Oh, he's a nuclear physicist.
I know. He has a business and stuff. I saw a video recently where he took his Corvette and turned it into it was a hydrogen fueled Corvette. And he had all these tanks in the back, and he had figured out like the mixture and everything. I know.
He's fucking. If he was trying to avoid being killed right from the get go,
look at this guy. Oh,
fucking.
Hey, Brandon.
I see you. You've already started with.
I'm disappointed in you.
As well, you should be.
First of all,
I like that
coat. Stream late.
Yeah, 8 p.m. Eastern.
Look at this goat. That's how this goat feels too, man. The goat ain't happy, dude.
I had it set. That's goats. Never mind. I had it set up for.
Mall's joke.
I was going to, then I'm like, eh.
Yeah. He's scared though.
I'm scared. He's like stupid.
Well, okay. So we're looking at Stargate, Central Intelligence Agency. We were talking about.
Yeah. So click on Tim's link. What's that thing?
Yeah, I got it right here. I found, well, not the last one he sent, but the other one. I think I got it. The reading room.
The CIA.gov.
Okay, so it's got a bunch of documents in the collection. So the first document in it is number 1, Ken. All right.
Well, get rid of the goats and put up the document.
Yeah, I'm gonna get rid of the goats. I like the goats. Okay.
The goats are fun.
I wonder if the goats are fun. Look at him. He's in a little elf Santa costume. He's passed out. That's hilarious. How could you not like that? Okay, anyways.
It's so cute.
They are cute. Why'd I do that? Okay. So what we're looking at now is going to be the document titled Number 1, Ken. Okay. So these are approved for release 2000 blah. Blah. Okay, secret. Not anymore, because it's on the generic paranormal show. We're exposing the secrets. We're peeling back
Well,
the layers.
WikiLeaks exposes all the secrets, really,
True.
but
True. We're just talking
and honestly,
about
WikiLeaks puts it out there well before these declassified documents are so fucking redacted. Like the WikiLeaks is where the real shit's at.
Well, this one,
I'm just gonna say
not
this.
too heavily redacted. And you know what? This Fred,
Oh, not much
Fred's the interviewer. Look at that. You had Fred was there for a while. Okay, this is all Ken. I guess that's
79 to how far down does he go? Oh, all the way to
this
80.
is all, yeah,
So
on this
about
page, 81. Yeah, it looks like 81. So it looks like 79 to 81 is when the research was done. And these are all the different people, I think, that they did sessions with.
Yeah.
So Fern, is that what I'm reading right there? Fern?
Yeah.
That's what I think that says. Fern or
I guess I'm not sure what that is.
Mel,
It's just a list of. It's like a checklist of who did what.
Nancy, Joe. Is that 2 Joes?
Yeah.
Oh, is this 2 pages of Joe? Yeah, it's 2 pages of Joe. Okay. Hartley.
Mm-hmm.
Be Hartley,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Partly, yeah.
Okay. So
I guess I don't know what do those names
3.
represent. I guess
And the people that are the viewers, the remote viewers.
target queuing.
Yeah, that's no. So
Schaefer,
these are
Victoria,
sessions,
November.
right? So each
Oh,
session
so
is,
that's where they were trying to remote view.
yeah. So each session,
I see.
right? This is the target right here. So let's go to the top one.
So Ken did a
this
lot.
This is the session.
Actually.
So they had them numbered CC11. I don't know what the CC means. CIA something. So
It's
then you got, okay.
session.
So the target was
session.
Graves geo coordinate. Graves. So is these like tombstones?
Or it could be
graves of
somebody's last
people?
name and where his geographic coordinates are.
Or I think the target,
Or geographic
what
coordinates
does
of a
this mean?
cemetery or graveyard or
Target,
something.
what is this? Target what?
Queuing. Target
Queuing?
queuing.
Well,
Yeah,
is that
so like
spelled
what's on the
correctly?
queue? Yeah. Like if you're queuing a target, yeah.
I think it would be QUE,
No, it's
because you're in the
it
queue.
depends on which manner you're using queue. Like
Well,
if you're in the
if you get in the
queue,
queue, you're in the line. A queue stick would be
with a C.
a queue, like a, right.
But
So
what
I don't
if you're
know.
queuing? But what if you're queuing something up?
I think that's a QUE, I believe.
That's interesting.
I might be wrong. I ain't an English teacher.
I wonder why it's
but
called a cue stick.
Cue, because you got a cue ball.
Why is it called a cue ball? There's got to be a reason.
Because
the
that's
first in the queue.
Sure.
But
I have no idea. So, anyways, target Graves, Holland, area A plus.
Let's look at a different document, though.
Okay, well, let's
list.
get well, yeah, but it tells us a lot here. It tells us we got Fred and Mel, and that's probably not these people's real names, I would assume. Or it might be. Could just be like the nickname or whatever. Obviously, Mel. Nobody's named Mel. It'd be Melvin. Fred.
Mel Gibson.
No last names. No complete first names. It's
to stay classified or to stay anonymous as possible. Anonymous, yeah.
Anonymous without being anonymous, right?
Mm-hmm.
So McTrinko, what is that? I think the targets are interesting because even though these were like practice tests, hold on, let's go up to.
It almost makes me wonder if like the people with the shorter lists were not successful. Whereas like the people with the longer lists were able to repeat, and you know what I mean?
Sure, yeah. I mean, possible.
That's why they kept doing those sessions with certain ones, but not with others.
Well, yeah, because so Ken had let's see, it doesn't have like a number of sessions, right? But
No, but you could eyeball the
yeah, you
list.
can add them all up and then
So Ken
see.
had a lot.
So it
Ken
looks
definitely had a
like
lot.
Hartley.
He's a second. He's a second. He's a second
That's a page and a
for
half.
sure.
Page and a
Yeah.
half for Hartley. Then you got Joe. It's
Mhm.
1 page and a half.
Joe, I think, has the
Nancy's
most.
only a half a page.
Yeah.
Ain't even a half page. Nancy,
Nah,
you
it's like a
need
quarter
to
of a
step your-
page.
you need to step your freaking
That's a
viewing
quarter.
game.
That's what? That's 7 sessions. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's only 7 sessions. She wasn't getting it. She wasn't getting it.
8 sessions.
Or is that 8?
Yeah.
No, that's 7.
It is 7. 2, 4. Yeah, 7. Yep. It makes my eyes go across. I'm sitting here looking at it on 2 different pages. Yep, 7 sessions. Area
So
G.
she wasn't successful.
So
He
was
or
there
she
like
wasn't successful.
and you know what else is well, hold on, let's see.
And
Okay.
see, it looked like
They're
some
making
of
them
these
look
guys
at the
with
same
the
places too. And she stopped at Area G. Now Area G was the 4th place that Joe looked at.
yeah, but they probably kept it randomized so that
They probably
didn't
did,
like
but
have a
why
pattern
well, maybe.
to try to
Maybe.
keep it from being cross contaminated with them.
All they would have had to do is keep them away from each other.
Yeah, but that's a lot easier said than done in I
Is
guess.
it when you're in a military industrial complex, CIA, Black Rock,
Probably
whatever?
not. Probably not, but it would probably just be easier to
Easy. We're remote viewing where we're going. You don't need easy.
Right.
Okay, so Hartley looks like didn't do area.
Are there
G.
other documents?
Hartley didn't do area G. Yeah, there's other documents. I wanted to look through this one thoroughly. Okay, but now we can go look.
I
So
feel like
now
there's
you
so
have
many others.
Anglo-Saxon versus Latin. That's an interesting parapsychology underlying the communication barrier. I don't think grill flame meeting. What's this? Approved for
Magician
release.
walks into the laboratory.
What did you say?
I was reading the other ones.
Okay, so R&D issue. Oh, okay. So we have right here approved for release. Blah blah blah. That was released. This was released in 2009. The Grill Flame meeting, October 30th, 1979, 2:00 p.m. Room 3E. They even got the damn room. Major General Thompson, Major General Brown, and oh, look at that name, RADM Shapiro. That's an interesting name to be in there. Dr.
RA what?
Huh?
What's an RA what?
I don't know. That's some kind of title.
Radom? Oh, a title? Okay, never mind.
Yeah, I don't know. Or it might be a rank of some branch of the military that I'm not aware of what the rank is. Hey Kim. It has
Right.
caused Murphy. Oh wait, no. Dr. LaBerge to be used as an R&D program rather. What? Oh, Dr. LaBerge to be used as an R&D program rather than an intelligence program. The issue of the application is bound to probably drive us into difficulties. What? The intelligence than an intelligence program. The issue of the application is bound to probably drive us into. Okay, I see how this people wrote. We were back 1979. I think we should see whether or not things do exist to the degree, sort of taking it out of the intelligence area and saying it is an R&D issue, collection problem or not. So this looks like a meeting where they were taking it from like CIA and they were making it like a privatized thing, right? So the government wouldn't have insight over it, is what that looks like to me.
Yep.
It says here, I think the worst.
Is the CIA the government though?
They're part of the
Or is
government.
that private? Are they?
No, it's not private, dude. That's a government agency.
All right. All right.
I think the worst thing that could be done is put it under the policy rather than R&D. Oh, they were just saying how they were going to title the programs. They were saying, "Oh, we're going to make it R&D and not policy." I guess I don't know. This is probably very telling to somebody who's doing work looking into this, and there's probably a lot of stuff you could pull from.
I'm bored.
This, you know? Are you bored?
Yeah, but I'm bored. I'm bored.
I don't care. Magicians walk
I've
into
lost
the
interest.
laboratory. Oh, you told me to look at other. Okay, so you brought this up. I don't know how in the hell we got.
I didn't understand that one. I just saw the title. I was like, "What the hell?"
Yeah, magicians walk into the laboratory. So I don't know. I'd have to read this.
Well, you have to click on the document, right?
Huh?
You gotta click on the document.
Well, this is the body of it right here. The whole the actual.
Oh, they actually. Okay, right, I see.
This is the body.
I see. Okay.
Now this is crazy though. It talks about how the skin is kind of a mirror that reflects the internal bioelectric processes. This is Kurlan. So, you know, Kurvaratov. It turned out that Kurvaratov had discovered in himself the capacity to be a healer. He heals by the old benevolent method of the laying on of hands. For example, a patient comes to him and complains of I think these are more than just but it says it's from the Stargate collection, right? So I don't know what all this has to do with each other. I would have to do more research.
Yeah.
Rear Admiral. Thank you, Tracy. Rear Admiral. I knew it was like a Navy thing or Air Force thing because they got weird ranks.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Army. We keep it simple. For the
I wasn't in service, so I don't know.
Well, I didn't know.
I know very little. Like that. Thank you for your service.
I said I thought it was I thought it was a rank, but I didn't even know for sure. It looks like some. I was thinking that it looks like some kind of weird Navy rank that I've seen before. This is exactly what it was. Oh, here, yeah. There's a lot of interesting stuff in this right here, but it's mainly just claims. Like it's all just claims.
They just looked into it. They didn't necessarily go further with it.
Right.
It sounds like that they just like they took over the project to look into it, but then decided no, we don't need it. We'll pass it off to private institutions or something, right?
Sure.
It seems like.
Well, there's this thing right here is like a whole bunch of stuff that like just it goes from one thing to the next. The mechanic.
That doesn't sound like it. We gotta see if we can find some information on like the actual like Stargate
project. Well, this is in the Stargate collection, but I don't know how this collection is.
Direct
it would be
reference.
cool to have somebody like walk us through this, and somebody who had done all the research. That would be cool. So if y'all know anybody who's done that, then send them my way. Thank you for your service, Tracy.
Thank you for your service.
Computer-based test of face recognition. See, there's lots of stuff in here, right?
Mm-hmm.
That it's like a thing now. So this one right here is interesting. Visages, a computer-based test of face precognition. So this is like being able to see faces. I did hear about this. This was interesting.
See faces.
Yeah. So okay, a computer-based psychic experiment was conducted to explore whether subjects could precognize the features of a randomly composed face. Oh, that's interesting. See, but it's not as paranormal.
It's basically
sounds, right?
Picking out the features of a face before they show them the face.
That's like why.
It's like knowing before.
Yeah, no. But that's a very specific thing, right? Like so.
Well, think about this. If they're trying to figure out who a specific individual is, right? The psychic could
Sure.
think of who this person is, give details, and if it matches the picture, the face, the details that they came up with, if they can do it repeatedly, like that,
So what they're
that
doing,
could
what
be
they're
very
saying,
beneficial.
well, okay, let me read into it a little bit more so I can talk about it a little bit more. The photo fit kit. Okay, the experiment was based upon a subset of the photo fit kit. That's like where they draw your face,
Mhm.
or they have
Yeah,
like like drawn pieces of a face and they put them all together. I think.
is that what
Kit
it
used
is?
by, I think so. Used by police to help identify the facial characteristics. Cannot read today. Characteristics of a missing person or a criminal. 40 subjects participated, so they had 40 people in it, each contributing a minimum of 4 runs or 16 trials for
A
each
sketch
person.
artist. A
No,
sketch
they're
artist.
not using a sketch artist. They're using the kit that's got the pre-done features.
What does that do?
They're just putting them. Oh, because they put a face together randomly, I think is what they're saying. And okay, there were 2
Okay.
task modalities in the scanning psi. Task instances were arranged as a 4x4 image array, allowing the subject to consciously choose a particular image using the computer mouse in the timing or what in the timing psi task. The images were presented in a rapidly shift. So these are the 4 different tasks in a rapidly shifting sequence. Here, the subject could only choose when to stop the image roulette with the mouse. Once the subject had chosen all elements of the face, the program randomly selected an instance for each of the 4 elements, constructed the target face, and presented it to the subject. Results were evaluated through goodness of fit tests comparing the obtained distribution of hits for 5 different levels of scoring. I don't understand um, how this is
Whether
possibility of
that's,
applied parapsychological research. Blah blah blah. This is a lot.
I guess, what is that determine? Like, what are they trying to do with that information? That doesn't make any sense. Seems like
I
there's
have
better ways. I mean, I'm sure that they've done better ways of it, but
exploration of
that's
facial characteristics as side targets is also interesting in of itself, independently of any immediate application. Our perception of the face appears to be a very basic process in human beings. Like language, uh, it may constitute an inborn, hardwired function rather than being an acquired capacity. So this doesn't look so much like. I mean, it
it's more or
is.
less about
It's like
manipulating people.
light paranormal. This is would be like light paranormal. It's not even really paranormal today.
It's more
Like
subliminal messaging and like being able to figure out how. It's almost like subliminal messaging, but like, not necessarily subliminal messaging. It's like subtle manipulation of the population. Like, is it something that is controlled, or is it something that's just natural? Like, could we tap into that feature? Because I don't know. I feel like there's a lot of things that could be behind all that.
hmm. Could the fact that we are primed toward face recognition translate into a special sensitivity towards face precognition or clairvoyance?
See, that's not all that interesting, but I guess get
Sure.
why they would. They might as well, if they got house money, might as well use
Face
it, right?
recall. Okay. Explored a number of investigations of face recall and recognition. Um, I don't know. Sure. So there's a lot of stuff in this Stargate stuff. Thanks, Tim, for opening up this can.
Yeah,
This is
because
a
now
good
we've
can.
just
Now I have
definitely
to
gone
go.
over an hour now.
Well, yeah, we've definitely gone for an hour. I think this is probably it's a good place to cut it off.
I think so.
Yeah,
Okay.
we'll cut it off right here.
All
So,
right.
Austin, where can people go to buy your junk? I mean, your stuff.
Um,
Anywhere right now?
Just
Are you
contact me.
Just holler at Austin.
Just holler at Austin, man. That's how it is.
And say, hey, Austin, I want stuff.
How can people find your bullshit? You want to start doing that?
Supernatural Inc., baby. Supernatural Inc., the affordable ghost box. That's right. I brought that up.
Motherfucker, Supernatural Inc.
That's right.
Yep. It's a Supernatural Inc., baby.
Tim, I would love to. That's what I'm looking at, the Stargate documents. This is if you look at up here, Tim. Hold on real quick. I have to show Tim. Where did I see that? This is all stuff that's in the collection. I don't know where I just seen that. I saw it somewhere. Maybe I didn't. No. When I clicked on that one, dude, there's like a whole bunch of stuff in here, man. This is actually a cool site though. Untitled handwritten note. Ooh, that looks juicy.
What is that? WikiLeaks?
Notes from RV session. Let's see. That's remote viewing session. Handwritten task paper.
Well, the link you sent was like a CIA thing, like a reading.
Yeah, no, this is CIA. What was it? What is it? Stargate.
A reading room.
Oh wait, no, I was looking. Yeah, no, this is where it took me. Well, I was in there, Tim. Sorry. Yeah, Stargate right here. Documents.
It's the reading rainbow.
All these are in the Stargate collection right here. See, at the very top says Stargate documents in this collection, so you can even print out the entire collection right here. Okay, but anyways, so there's that for you guys, and if anybody wants to go back and see that, there you go. This is where you go. This is the this is FOIA. This is the Freedom of Information Act. That's what that means. That
also, don't be afraid to check out WikiLeaks too, because WikiLeaks, like I said, that's where it's at. Yeah, WikiLeaks is like the original leaks of a lot of documents. So,
bye.
Okay. Logan says bye, so that means it's time for us to go.
Bye.
Tim, thank you.
We'll be back next week.
Rez,
bye.
Rez, you gotta go back. You gotta watch everything. Make sure you watch everything. Logan, I can't see, son. Bye. Okay.
Bye, everyone.
Bye. Y'all have a beautiful time. Thank you for watching. Bye. We'll be back next Thursday. Too, by the way, every Thursday at 7, we're gonna do this. Brandon or no Brandon, we don't even care. We're gonna figure it out anyway. Yeah, Dad. We might not have any music at the beginning or whatever, but it'll be all right.
All right.
All right.
Yep, we'll figure it out.